Hello everybody, welcome to tonight's stream. For once, I have remembered to turn on my mic before we logged in. So, tonight what we're going to be working on is refining my Toski Bearer of Secrets deck. This is basically one of the only green decks that I can stand playing for anything that isn't a daily quest, and it's because it is basically a blue deck. Toski lets me draw a card anytime any of my creatures deal combat damage, and he himself is indestructible and uncounterable, so fuck your goddamn interaction. So the way I like to play Toski is suboptimal, but I maintain that it's funny. Now, the optimal way to play Toski is often to Voltron him up and make him swing for like trampling commander damage, and you just get like one guaranteed card every turn, you accrue guaranteed advantage, and eventually you bear secrets all over everybody. That's not how I do it. I like to pack my shit full of a bunch of one-drop mana dorks and fucking commies that don't do anything and other useless one-drops that might work in a different strategy, but for this strategy, they have one purpose. Try to let me draw 5 fucking cards every combat cycle. Now, you may be thinking, oh, if you do that, all of your things are just gonna die. And that's not true. Only most of them are gonna die. So what I like to do is then include a shitload of put 1/1 counters on things, make things hexproof, make things indestructible, just give things steroids. Greg, the deck is mono green, which I know is a surprise coming from me. I think one of the few Voltron pieces we have is Shadow Spear, just because Shadow Spear is so goddamn unreasonably good. And then we have some other ramp pieces to make sure that we can get Toski out in a reasonable time frame. One thing I have found with this deck is that if you can't play Toski by turn 3, you are probably going to have a bad time. Because a lot of decks do have a way to either deal with or ignore Toski the first time that you play him. So I've never spent an incredible amount of time trying to balance this list. I really just kind of threw in everything that I thought might be okay. So I'm going to play a game or two with it, and then we're going to go through an iterative process of making it not suck ass. After which, we'll do some viewer games, and then we are going to poll our participants for Wednesday's Commander game that is happening via our Discord, so make sure to sign up for that if you haven't already. This is probably your last hour in which to do so. Troll, it definitely is. It doesn't work against everybody, but when this deck works, it's really fucking funny. So this is an example of a supremely unkeepable hand, because Toski's 1 damage isn't doing shit by himself, and we have nothing to play Toski ahead of curve. I can fuck with this. Can fuck with that very much. Chris W, thank you for the sub. Oh, they're on Rise? Fuck. That could be a problem. Yeah, Bryce, like, so many people have told me about, like, when I did the Skullbriar review, a lot of people told me then about, like, oh, but if you ever play a 1/1 counter deck, you just get shit on. So few people in the world are ever playing a 1/1 counter deck. Does not matter. Like, unless you know that one of your friends is a Hepatra player, it's just like, whatever. Just play the thing that gets countered by -1/-1 counters. Okay, good. Oh, please don't have Swords to Plowshares. Please don't have Swords to Plowshares in this deck. Void, sorry, I meant -1/-1, not +1/+1. That was pretty good for us. Now we're just gonna... Okay, that's fine. It's not fine. It's actually... the colloquial term for what just happened is super fucking bad. But we're gonna try and just beat them to death before they can do anything about it. Because we have... Yeah, we'll get rid of those two. Because we have... Excellent. A combat trick and a pseudo-combat trick. And an enchantment removal. Get fucked, Selesnya. They could fare well. I think... Yeah. Fuck. That's gonna resolve. That's a problem. Fuck. Risking it for the biscuit here. We're gonna hope that they make an unforced error, which they super are. Great. That's what happens, baby! Chris Gia, good to see you. How you doing, my man? You have a good weekend? And that's why we love tricking bitches. Yes, Chris, after last week, I was finally able to escape the sauna that I was trapped in, but while I was leaving, they tripped me, put a bag over my head, and I woke up in this boat that I am now stuck in. And the only way for you to get out is to interact with my stupid fucking videos, so please continue doing that. Now, one thing I do think I need to adjust in this deck is I do think it has too many lands. One thing that happens an incredible amount to me in this deck is that I start getting the Toski things going and I just fucking flood. So I do want to look for potentially better mono green things I can drop early to replace one or two of these lands. The room's good while I username do, but it does look like I'm trapped in a boat. Okay, Domain is fucking awful in here. Gilded Goose isn't bad, but Gilded Goose is basically... Here's the thing. Gilded Goose is only useful to ramp into Toski, whereas all my other dorks can ramp into Toski and can swing for one. Now, Gilded is flying, so I can use it with the tricks to, like, give it combat damage. But it is kind of... I'm not totally sold on it. Elves and Loam Speaker are in the deck, Cheddar. This spider is good. We'll give Toski Death Touch, and it has Death Touch, which is great. Oh, yeah, Bryce. Mirkwood Spider was what we just grabbed. Another fight card could be useful. We do not need to add 1 mana of any color for sure. For sure we do not. We're not going to control artifacts. Haywire Might, you said? That is, yeah, that is a kind of useful all-around. Bushwhack is in the deck, yes. I'm gonna put in Haywire Might for now because the deck does kind of sometimes crumble to other people having like non-creature stuff that I can't effectively fuck with. Chris Gia, Teemo, listen, I played Teemo as well, being the toxic bitch that I am. But Teemo's toxic. You can't fight me on that. You can't fight me on Teemo being for shitheads only. Oh, Blizzard Bro. Yeah. I hate Snowlands so much, dude. Okay, this is a LOTR card that I have not seen yet. Yeah, this will work. Okay, it's a 3/3. That's kind of a super hard counter for Toski, because they make 3/1/1s every time I attack them. That's so interesting. I don't have Allosaurus Shepherd. I like super don't need Allosaurus Shepherd in this deck. Like me personally, I can't imagine something this deck needs less than creatures being uncounterable, just because Toski himself is uncounterable. Oh, fuck all this. Zydist, thank you very much for joining the dog home. I appreciate your financial contribution very much. We just need to refill our hand and get some fucking cards. We also desperately need some enchantment removal, which we're not getting. I'm not running Last March of the Ents. That would be super good. Yeah, we just need to try to beat them down very quickly now. Because we are in... Oh! Titan can do it. Titan can remove an enchantment. So we probably need to drop the horn more than we need to drop anything else. Dalton, what is happening, my friend? Oh, except we can't afford to drop him in Paperward yet. So we will drop that. I clicked... I was trying to fucking pay for it with the Filers thing, not channel it. We'll give it to this guy. I don't want Vigilance yet. I want to get a shitload of damage through. So 8, 11. Yeah, that's fine. What's next on the roast docket? Dalton isn't picked yet. I don't pick them that far in advance. Oh, great, we have Cultivate now. So we're super breaded. Fuck. Yeah. That's honestly fine, because we keep Toski. Who gives a shit? Yeah, Colossus Hammer wouldn't be bad. The real difficulty is that Colossus Hammer costs like 8 or something to equip, right? I don't think this Toski deck, literally the game normally doesn't run late enough for that equip cost to be relevant. Yeah, it's... It might be worth it. I mean, I have some shitty cards in here. It's probably worth it over at least one of the things. Jacob and Michael, thank you very much for the subs. I appreciate that. But it's just like 8 mana takes so long for me to get to. Oh! We're gonna hold it here. We've been we've god stomped these last 2 games. Let's actually play a game where we have a problem before we worry about what has to change. Blanchwood armor's not bad, but it is like, I want to avoid taking this the route of permanent Voltron. I like this deck makes my brain go burr because it's instant speed combat tricks. So there's all these like good suggestions of these like strong permanents I could be throwing in, but it also moves it away from what makes me like the deck in the first place, which is shit like Witch's Web. Like, I love the combat tricks that say untap it in this deck because I swing with Toski. Fuck. Oh, God. Oh, that's bad. But anyway, the goal is swing with Toski and then they swing out to try to crack back. Yeah, it's a blue deck in disguise, which is why I enjoy it. I fucking hate these decks. Are so lame. Like the card itself isn't lame, but I've never seen anybody play one of these decks in an interesting way. They just play like red green, ramp as hard as physically possible into play Atali and pray. And then if they get a bad Atali payoff, they scoop, and if they don't, then you die. Jeebus and Thomas, thank you very much for the subs. I appreciate that. So, okay. We are killing this fucking Paradise Druid immediately. I should have swung with both. I forgot this thing can't... I thought it only couldn't attack before they had the lands, but it can't block either. Cleanup Crew could be good if they play an important non-creature card. Nope. They're just fucking ramping for a billion. So this does highlight one of the big weaknesses of doing non-Voltron Toski, which is that if they don't care about competing with creatures, then Toski will generally not scale up fast enough to deal with what they're trying to do. So in a deck that's just like, oh, I just need to acquire lands and then play some like fat fucking creature, this type of Toski deck doesn't do super well. Just because you're not getting tall as quickly as they can get tall. Which we have Titan now, which will help a little bit, but they're probably just gonna run out of Tali and pray that they top deck something super good. Which they did, because now they can flip a Tali. So now we just auto lose this game because the shuffler decided they get to win. Which is very boring. They had the heart of my cards, is what they had. So yeah, once again, an extremely, extremely cool creature that is only ever built to be the most boring, shit I have seen in my life. I don't have any combat tricks in hand, and I can't. I need to somehow survive long enough to like swing in to refill my hand to get one. All I can really do is hope that she, they flip a Tali, and then I can swing out and pray that I top deck something good. See, the thing is, we don't even have enough creature cards in our graveyard for this to be helpful. I'm gonna decline. Grim, I'm playing a blue deck in disguise. I'm playing a combat trick Toski deck, and right now, we just do not have the heart or the cards because they did Gruul, Gruul ramp only into a Tali, and then they just got super lucky Cascades. Or it's not even Cascade, but they got super lucky, you know, top deck Exile. What could you have to think about? What in the world could you... That's not complicated. Fucking tap out to play a gigantic creature? That's not a complicated decision. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When you give a creature, like... When you make a creature cost $1 billion and make it so that if it ever resolves, you pretty much win the game on the spot, there's no incentive to do anything cool. The only incentive is to ramp a bunch and... Cool. The only incentive becomes to ramp for $1 billion and then not do anything else. It's just resolve the commander and win the game. And that is super fucking boring, no matter what. Oh, Grim One, thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. Honestly, the worst part about this player is that they're just jacking off with their deck at this point, because they could have flipped a Tali turns ago and started trying to apply the poison counters. But they haven't, just so they can stroke their dick about being able to resolve a Tali for once. I also don't think there's any... I also don't think there's anything differently to do in the deck building stage for this deck, because the only thing that would have changed it was having access to counter spells, because they had like 2 ramp spells in hand. So we do need to not die. So I'll block with this and this, and that's it, I guess. And 7 will make it through. Sure. Chrono, I mean, I tolerate roping very little in this game, mainly because in historic Brawl, it's less about there not being any stakes, and it's more about there's like never any important decisions people are roping about. Like if they were roping because some real shit was going down on the board and they had to think very hard about how they were going to that dude's really not an enchantment. Think really hard about how they were going to resolve this to win the game, then it would be kind of different. But as it stands, they're like, most people are roping just to BM when there's one obvious decision to make. Rend, I touched on it, but I don't think there is one because they designed the card bad. Like, they designed a card that was strong, but the card is really bad from the perspective of making an interesting deck, because the only thing the deck rewards is ramping. And then other than that, it doesn't reward anything else. So literally all there is to do, if you want a deck that's like on theme, is put in a bunch of fucking ramp spells, play Atali, hope for the best. And so there's not anything about that I think you can make more interesting. The only win condition is I have resolved Atali, and it wasn't counterspelled. This is keepable. We have one piece of interaction, we have one trick, and we have 2 pseudo ramp things. Alright, we're against Elf Ball, we probably lose. This one is probably, we just don't go fast enough for how quickly they're gonna ramp. Yeah. That is a good idea. But yeah, so the Toski combat trick deck does fall flat once you begin playing against people that want to play solitaire and just ignore whatever you're doing. Because generally those decks will survive long enough to ignore you until this deck is probably resolving Craterhoof, but the last deck was just resolving Atali. The same thing is true of like Planeswalker decks where their only goal in life is like resolve to Fairy. Sure. Yeah, Super Friends, I mean, Craterhoof's boring. It is also a card that needs to exist to end games. Because once you start playing cards for like 6 to 8 or even more mana, like you should only be paying that much mana to either attempt to win the game that turn or to set up to win the game the turn after that. So some cards do need to like just be boring and good. Like Atali, if you're gonna make it cost 7 mana, it should be as good as it is. It's just really boring as a commander because then there's nothing to do for the like first 5 turns of the game. It's just like, am I gonna resolve Atali? Which is some fucking lame so it's, I wish that the rules committee was willing to spend enough time to maintain a like banned as commander list, and I wish that every card like Atali was on that list, because those cards reward incredibly lazy deck building, because the like most useful thing you can do is be super fucking lazy and just try to resolve your incredibly expensive, incredibly strong commander. And everyone's like, oh, but it's so fun. It's fun like one time. Be fucking for real. It is fun one time, and then it's just you autopiloting through this game. Princess, I think that makes sense just from a... Yeah, die standing. Go out on your own terms. That does make sense just from a... what am I fucking... From a decision paralysis point of view, because you have so many... You have so many useful things you can do in Super Friends that it's hard to make the decisions. Because you can really do anything you want. I think we need to get Toski down. Because what I can do is next turn I can start swinging at Domri and just death touch whatever I play. But I think our tempo will be hurt too badly if we took another turn off without putting Toski down. Yeah, see, I try to limit myself to like 20 minutes when I'm building a deck. Like, I just rough cut that shit together and then pray. That's super cringe of them. It is very much the right choice. This Toski deck isn't Voltron because it bores me to do Voltron Toski. That's right. This deck is Combat Tricks. Get shit on! Yeah, we'll take the land. At this point, we main primary moral imperative is to get to Titan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you doing something?
Does this... Okay, this doesn't give a counter, so Toski's still at 1 power, which is a little bit sad. Hajar doesn't do anything until they have other legendary creatures. We definitely need to draw. I don't want to use Retrieve just for our mana dork, but I might have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to. That wasn't... I didn't even think about the fact that I would be able to regrab Careful Cultivation. I'm just subconsciously a fucking genius. I'm just that fucking good. I do want to hold him down to not being able to -2 Domri to kill our dork again, because I want to get Titan down. We have to just eat whatever they're going to do this turn to do Forest. That should be 5, 6, 7. Yeah, to do Forest, Titan, Dome, the enchantment. And then we got it. Oh, nope, we gotta dome that. I guess he gets to still have haste because he cannot have this shit. He cannot have that shit. There is no shot. We're just gonna keep Domri down. Always get the Planeswalkers. No matter what, you get the Planeswalkers. They could just resolve a Tali right now, and then we'd be kind of fucked. That's fine for them to resolve. That's not as fine. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, I can give something indestructible, so they'll swing for a billion with whatever they resolve, but I can indestructible a dork that's too good. If it's just Hajar, I can live with letting that damage through. But if they get out anything bigger with Hajar... I can abide that. This bitch has first strike though. Yeah, we're just gonna get another dork, and then we're gonna swing out and hope that we draw an answer. We'll leave one blocker up to try and ensure. Nope, hold on. Yeah, no thank you. Please fuck off with that. Yeah, so now we're gonna swing out with a bunch of shit and hope that we find an answer. We're gonna leave one of these. We'll leave the Rhino untapped to try and kill Halana. Kind of unwise to lose access to most of our mana, but you know. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, these are super good cards to have gotten. Yeah, we've got some options now. So this is probably going down on our next turn. We're probably gonna Stony Strength. Yeah, because they don't have Trample. So we're just going to Stony Strength to throw Toski in front of Hajar. If we have the mana to do it at end step, I will. Get fucked! Get fucked! Yeah, I thought I was only sitting on 6 open mana total, so I thought using the mana for the Stony Strength would prevent me from flashing it at an end step. God, I love instants. I love instants so much, you guys. You don't fucking get it. They're so fun. I missed a question earlier asking if I played Sekiro. I do, not very much. I'm still very early in the game. I'm super goddamn bad at it. Average blue player? Indeed. I tell you what. Indeed. Oh, Alenda. This isn't... That's a fast enough. That previous hand was like, it had some good stuff, but it just didn't get out quickly enough. I don't like that they're spamming good game at the beginning. Honestly, if you drop Mox Amber in a brawl game, I generally think you're a loser. I'll just say that right now. I know it's like, oh, it's just a good card. Nah. Well, Brandon, knock that shit off. Oh yeah, it probably is over. That's just like a crazy good hand. Yeah. There's no need to deal with that. Yeah, that, I mean, that That person had just like I don't know if they could have tutored a better hand to start with. So what isn't doing good enough for us? I think cartographers probably isn't good enough. Like, I don't think we need to ramp so hard that it's worthwhile. I probably want another piece of interaction. I could just drop Rot Priest in there to be a dick. We'll try that. No and no, Colossal Dreadmaw is not in here. But now, the venerated Rot Priest is. Dankycorn, thank you so much for both the kind words and for stopping by the stream. Probably after this one, I'm going to open it up to viewer games, which is going to involve a raffle that I'm attempting to get to right now. God damn it, it's another Atali deck. Alright, we're going to try it. We're going to try it because it is not an impossible game. We are going to open the giveaway, so anybody that wants to participate in a viewer game, go ahead and do !raffle. And then after this game, I'm going to begin, I'm going to open up that raffle. And we'll start picking winners. They're gonna like fucking cultivate or search their library. Nope, dork draw card, sure. Oh, they got the Rot Priest. Interesting. Okay, that's a little different for an Atali deck. Actually caring, like, I guess it is to care about finishing things off with Atali's ability. Now they have a just fucking massive bet. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay. We'll just pump up the Kami so that the Kami can block the Rot Priest. Well, Christian, thank you so much. I'm glad that you and your girlfriend like them. Okay. Cool. Cool, the shuffler decided they won. Atali players do something interesting challenge, literally impossible. Let's go ahead and pick our first winner. Hamanaya, you have won. Greg Fisher, thank you for the $5 super chat. I don't know Mizzix of the Ismagus. I will say that I don't do... I do not do roasts for money, and I do not do roasts live on stream. So I do not know how the refunding process for your $5 works, but however we need to do it, we can figure it out. I can look at them right now and give you like 2 sentences about how I think they work, but from the perspective of like the roast videos that I do on TikTok, that I do on YouTube, I only do them through free comments and not through, you know, not through Super Chats, not through Patreon, not through anything like Cameo. Okay, God bless you, Greg. Hamanaya, drop your arena tag in chat. I will add you as a friend, and then we'll throw it. I will play any format you want. The only excuse I'm going to give you is that I don't have a good historic deck built. And so if you play historic, it will be you showing off your historic deck, and I will presumably get my dick smashed in, as has happened every time I've played historic. So let's look at, yeah, again, not a roast happening. I'm just going to tell y'all I need their Scryfall. This is how terrible that was. So yeah, Hamanaya hit me with an arena tag, either in here or in our Discord. Okay, so 4-drop 2/2. Oh, this is the experience counter guy, and then cost reduction for experience counters. I do like this. Hamanaya, yes, you can get a pass. We will just remind me in a future stream. My lovely mods will notate that you have been a winner, and we will honor it in a future stream when you are ready to go. Okay, Chris Person, you have been chosen. So Chris, go ahead and hit me with it. So what I do like about this commander is that it incentivizes doing degenerate spellslinger bullshit, but unlike Atali and unlike some of the other really boring things, it doesn't force you to do one specific thing. Like, this allows you to do anything expensive, and it wants you to curve up throughout the game. But you also need, like, since you need Mizzix on the battlefield to do it, like, interaction is still viable. Atali, for example, I'm going to keep shitting on Atali the whole stream, but Atali has, like, such a powerful ETB that the only meaningful thing you can do is counterspell it, which is mega fucking boring. Mizzix, if you kill Mizzix, the train stops. And so it is still, this is for sure kill on sight because of it. And then, yeah, no, proliferation gets really fucked up with this guy, and blue has a lot of that right now. So it's definitely a cheater card. I will say that. Yeah. Okay, Chris, sorry about that. I had missed the tag you sent in, but I just went back and got it. I've sent you a friend request from 420 Booty Wizard. Please tell me what format you would like to play. And Greg, yeah, a lot of big mana Izzet decks normally end up struggling for pips. So I would say maybe use a few more like rocks, like Izzet Signet, Arcane Signet, shit like that. That will give you pips, or like the talismans. Because almost always the problem I run into in my Niv Mizzet deck, the problem I run into in basically any Izzet Spellslinger deck is pips. HBrawl, let's go. Roxanne, thank you for the $2 super chat. What is my fursona? I have been asked this before. I am not a furry. However, I do have a tentative answer for if I were one. So I'm going to pull that up for you. Where the fuck is he? Where's his fucking final form? Where's his fucking Catboy form? This is as close as we're getting. If it was gun to my head, you gotta pick one, I'm looking like this man every day of the week. And yes, let's also talk about the furry scale, because the place that I exist at is if you put cat ears on a bad bitch, that's still a bad bitch, right? That's not going to stop me. It needs to be more than that. But once it's like, okay, there's cat ears and a tail and they only speak in meows, then it's like, now we're getting too weird. Now we are getting a little bit, you know, beyond my taste. But if it's just like, oh yeah, it's a fucking just conventionally attractive person and also they have cat ears on, I'm still hitting. Okay, we gotta dump one of these. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's Soren. Oh, God. Oh, not put a vampire... Oh, wait, no, Galta and Maverin can't be in here, so that's actually... I can fuck with that. I think that furry scale clip, like, I know I've seen something like it, and that's what I'm trying to reference. It is actually, it's super bad for our tempo that we had to... take a turn off to do that, but whatever.
Ancient vampire. My joy, my fade.
I don't even know what to do right now. Because them getting to play the Planeswalker and I don't have an answer for the Planeswalker in hand, so I probably just fucking lose for it. Dingo, this is just the arena background music. I think my mic had been a bit too loud the other day, so I turned it down. Griff, I just turned it back up. Alright, well, we'll get some life back at least. That's so fucking not helpful. That's so goddamn not helpful. Let me reopen the raffle because you can definitely still enter. Alright, raffle still... Oh, yeah, we lose. It's not a ring tempt deck, it's a combat trick deck. We just need a new card at this point. That helps. Now we're cooking with something. Yeah, if you enter once, you're good for the whole stream. Even if you don't get pulled, you don't need to re-enter. This is probably going to come down to just how much interaction they have now that I have some meaningful shit on the board. Greg, thank you for another $5 super chat. That is incredibly generous of you. I've played against Runo Stormkirk. I haven't played him myself. It does make me so angry when Runo starts working. I might try a Runo deck, because black-blue is one of the color combinations that I enjoy the most. I gotta move probably Shadow Spear over to Titan, maybe? God damn it. God damn it. It's okay. As long as we keep Grove, that's pretty strong for us. I haven't considered Kodama. No, I haven't. I didn't take too much time caring about the big fuck you permanents. Except for beauties like Old Gnawbone. Alright, now we're in a really good place, because now we can play Gnawbone and then just hope Toski gets through. Hey yo, hold on. That's fine. If that's their big play, that's super fine for me. Yeah. Let's go Gnawboning again. This is Historic Brawl. We're gonna make a bunch of money. I needed to draw something more useful than that. But having Gnawbone on board is probably good enough. But yeah, Greg, all I remember happening when I played against Runo Stormkirk is I thought everything was fine, and then I remember drowning in Krakens. Dankacorn, have a good time playing Rocket League with your boys. Thank you for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're currently doing the shmoney dance. We just need to fill our hand back up to do something with all of our shmoney. Oh no! Not Gnawbone! Where's my crying and throwing up emoji? How fucking dare you?
Vengeance will come for you.
That's fine. Targeting the one thing I can sack in response? God bless you. Alright, we need some fucking more stuff to play. Boy howdy do we need some more stuff to play. That's really good. That's a really good thing to play. I'm gonna wait to see what they do on this turn and then just flash it in on end step. Because they may just like exile Toski or kill... No, we're not gonna do it yet. I wanted to flash it in response to that, but not yet. Oh, they have one card in hand. Yeah, this isn't great for them. And it ended with a combat trick, as all games are meant to. I'm playing a blue deck in a green trench coat, G unit. I'm playing combat trick card draw Toski. Roadhog, God, you are up next. GG's Chris Person. I mean, you had me. I was terrified. Until I got a couple lucky draws that let me beat down the Planeswalker. Joey C, probably not. I would say at a casual table, yes, you could. But at like even a high power casual table, you are gonna have a pretty hard time. Just because, Roadhog, I have Historic Brawl. I just don't have Historic 60 card. And I'll still play. I have other 60 card decks I'll play that just aren't Historic. I'm still happy to play them against you. Victor, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate you very much. We got to change. Yeah, I do got to update those badges. Those are too small. Yeah, Roadhog God, just give me a tag, and then if you want to do Historic Brawl, we can run Historic Brawl. Yeah, full on squirrel, big squirrel energy happening today. Damn, Adrian. Thank you for that tag. Oh, Jesus, I hit the wrong thing. Hirosa, thank you very much for the kind words. I'm glad you like the content, and I hope you will continue to enjoy it as I put out bigger and better stuff. I don't think I'm running Inscription of Abundance, but I really should be. And then Roadhog God, I've sent you that friend request. As soon as we get it accepted, we will play that HBrawl. Let me look at what I can cut for Inscription of Abundance real fast. I might be G-Unit. I might be running. Hey, listen. I might be running a very reasonable amount of ramp in this deck. Can you confirm on the screen that I have your tag right? Chrono, if you hit ! Discord, you will see it. Night C, free Arena is great to pick up as free to play. The only situation that Arena's economy is bad for is if you are a highly enfranchised Magic player, you know what decks you like, and you have a lot of decks that you already have in mind to build or like have in paper, then it will feel very slow and arduous. But I got into Arena as I was getting into the game for the first time. I have never spent a dime in Arena. I have always had more than enough cards to play with. I've always had like wild cards. You will be a little hard up for rare and mythic rare wild cards. You can't just like get like anything you want, but unless you're trying to like net deck ranked meta lists every month, you'll have enough. So I think Arena is supremely free to play friendly. Yes, and you can look up on the internet, there's like 15 packs worth of free cards that you can play with. Okay, Roadhog God, I don't think my request is getting through, so you try requesting me. I am 420 Booty Wizard, and then the #15929. Anybody else who requests, I'm not going to accept it. I know what I'm looking for. I will accept your request at the point when it's time for us to play against each other, but my friends list is already mad fucking cluttered. And on that note, Bradley Taylor, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that so much, and I'm glad that my shit has been entertaining. Over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be trying to put out some stuff that is more on the informative side, while still being very funny, and then I'm going to keep putting out all the skits and all the roasts that you're all used to. So I will not be switching up. I will be attempting to improve as I go, but I'm glad that you have enjoyed everything so far, and thank you again for the $10. That is very generous of you, and I do appreciate it. All right, now it's time to beat your ass, Roadhog. Gamblin', Turgrid is done on TikTok. Turgrid may be a roast that I redo for YouTube. I brought this up in a community post, but when I started doing these, I was just kind of like scatting like I would pull up the card, I would never have seen it before, and I would just kind of like do stream of consciousness, and there were still jokes, but they weren't as good. They simply weren't as good as they were now, because as people got more enthusiastic about the content, I started trying harder, and now I have a little notebook. Now I have a little notebook where I keep track of jokes and everything, where I try to make where I actually will like cut jokes that are bad. And so if so I need to rewatch Turgrid and decide if her original roast is good enough. That was a misplay. Decide if her original roast is good enough to just put straight over to YouTube, or if I need to rewrite a few things. Wow, 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 wow. G-Unit, thank you very much for the $10. I appreciate your kind words. Very, very nice of you all, and very undeserved, but I am trying. I was talking to somebody about it this weekend, and it's like I personally see the pinnacle of the stuff that I create for this game. Oh shit. Anyway, the pinnacle of stuff that I make for this game being like the Jon Stewart of Magic almost. If anybody watched The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, because like I love that shit, and not even trying to copycat it, it was just so formative to my own sense of humor that when I think about like what me doing exactly the type of stuff I want to be doing in this game, it is probably quite similar to that. That's a little bit of mana Roadhog just got. Let's get tricky. Okay. Oh, Defiler of Vigor might have been better there, but let's fucking go! We just want to get Dread out of our hand. Yeah, Colbert also the best. And so like those two, because when I rewatch 60 cards or less, that is the most like, oh, this is me doing bad Jon Stewart. Like it wasn't something I consciously thought about. But 60 cards or less is something that's going to be coming back more often. And Judean, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. So I'm trying to think about like how I need to trick them. And that is how. There's a lot of lands. We're on 33 lands right now, and we're still fucking damn. What I'm most afraid of is this deck drawing into Farewell, because that'll set us all the way back. Losing Grove hurts, but is not a game ender because we have so much just raw value on the board, but it does hurt. Hirosatama, working with the professor was really cool, both to get to do it and because he was a incredibly genuine dude. I would have thought that having been as successful as he was, he would have become sort of like disillusioned or like withdrawn from his success and be kind of like aloof and above it. And he was not. He was very kind and relaxed and like a very real dude to be around. I think that'll be the game. God bless you, Roadhog God. GG's. We're unfortunately not doing a best of 3, so I'm going to concede away the match to you. I'm trapped. I'm trapped in this game just like I'm trapped in this boat in real life. Needed one more trick. Well, I'm glad I got you then. What were you going to drop? Did you have, like, were you drawing into Farewell, or did you just have a different, like, Giga? Because I saw you dropped Gilded, so I knew you were about to have a lot of mana on board. And I didn't know what your payoff was, but I was afraid of it. Oh, you had it and banked on not dying? Let's go ahead and pick another winner. Ken Phillips, come on down. Give me an arena tag, and then give me... Oh, I need to restart the game? Okay. Give me an arena tag. Give me a format you'd like to play. While I restart Arena with my default Windows background. Roadhog, I fell victim to that myself over the weekend. I was playing a game of Commander, and I was like, "Oh, I've got it. I could pull the trigger early, or I could wait one turn, and there's no way they get me in this one turn." And they did, in fact, get me in the one turn. Fuck off, Arena Tutor. Ken, we can. I don't have any Explorer decks ready, so I'm going to be running a standard deck. But you may feel free to run your Explorer deck, and I will see if my standard deck can do anything about it. And then based on your Discord poll, if you're dropping it into, we have a viewer gamer tags channel, so you can drop it in there and I can pull it from there. Otherwise, just drop it in the YouTube chat here. So while we're waiting for Ken's tag, I'm going to take another moment to thank everybody who is watching, who is subscribed, and who has either donated or become a member tonight. I am trying to make it full-time as a content creator, so all of those small financial donations help way more than you realize. So I do appreciate each and every single one of them, because I'm going to be spending the next probably 9 to 12 months attempting to make so many goddamn videos that the only job I need to have is make videos. Where are we at, Ken? Toski's hungry, Ken. Also, username or bean, if you're in here, can you confirm that I am not a... Ken, you can either put it in this YouTube chat or put it in the hashtag viewer gamertags channel. Hirosa, tell me, yes we do. Under ! Patreon, I think the linking bit is broken, but we do have a Patreon. It has a couple tiers that will give you access to either voting on some of the longer videos that I'm going to be making. You also get some behind the scenes content on our more expensive tiers. And I'm actually having a meeting with my wife after this stream to think about like what's other fun things we could do to add to those tiers. Well, Aubrey, I mean, that's the point. When I got into Magic, one thing I was struck by was how like seriously everybody that talked about the game took the game. And so when I started doing the roast, it was very much from a place of like, everyone's being way too severe about talking about these cards. Ooh, music taste. Let's talk about a song I like. I've been trying to expand my music taste recently. Eric the Architect pretty good. I listened to Skinny Ramen Freestyle the other day for the first time. That shit was turned up. Hamanaya, holy fuck! Thank you for the $30 super chat. I appreciate that so much. I will absolutely keep doing what I do. And Greg, I see a message about another $5 super chat, but I didn't see the chat come through. Thank you again, Greg. You have also been incredibly generous. I haven't listened to a lot of funk. I will say a lot of my... I was a competitive rower in high school and in college, and I've continued trying to train to trial for the Olympic team post-collegiately. And so a lot of my music taste has been influenced by shit I can lift weights to, or shit I can, like, run to. Ken, I tried friend requesting you. Have you seen it come through yet? If you haven't seen it come through, please try friend requesting me at 420 Booty Wizard 15929. Some EDM. I think there's a lot of rap that I like. I like AJR, which is one of my more mainstream things. I like Connor Price. I've been picking up Connor Price more recently. Really liking that. Obviously, I like Logic. I like Grandson, who is like... I don't know what to call Grandson genre, because like it's kind of poppy, but it's like, you know, edgy pop or whatever. Alright, and then 60 card. Let me think about what deck I want to play. And Hamanaya, thank you again so much for the $30 super chat. Yeah, Grandson slaps super fucking hard. Indie pop, yeah, that sounds right to me. 21 Pilots, I like them. I like Jack Harlow, I like J. Cole. Yeah, I'm gonna try Rack These Nuts. Hi Silky, yes, you have caught us right at the end of viewer games. I got the words jacuzzi and yakuza mixed up. Now I'm in hot water with the Japanese mafia. Oh no! You're in more trouble with me for that fucking pun. But thank you very much for the $5. Corey Wong, username or bean, please record Corey Wong so that I can listen to it after the stream. And Mike Fritz, holy fuck, thank you for the $50 super chat. I'm very glad you found the channel as well. I am going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to do my best to keep it real and good and genuine. Yeah, Jack Harlow, I don't think he's like... He's not my, like, number one by any stretch, but he makes some solid stuff. Yeah, this has also been an absurdly generous string of super chats. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it deeply. Gym Leader, what's up? We're coming... Probably last couple viewer games are happening right now. We got a poll. We do Wednesday, we stream Commander games that are played with members of my Discord community. We're going to be pulling those names in just a few minutes here to select them for the Wednesday game, which we're playing Penny Dreadful Commander. So it's like giga budget commanders. Roadhog, thank you. I'm glad that you like the content, and I'm glad that you think I'm chill. I used to be real fucking annoying. Right? Because an inherent part of, I think, enjoying what I'm doing is enjoying performing and enjoying attention to some degree. And for a lot of my life, I sought it in less, like, funny ways. And, you know, sometimes just by being the fucking, like, Family Guy kid. Precise, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Ooh-wah! What kind of EDM stuff do I listen to? I don't know if y'all have heard of the Big Booty mixes, but those, there's like 20-something, and they're just long, like hour-long mixes of mostly EDM music. So the Big Booty mixes, Big Booty Mix 21. Google it, it's on SoundCloud. Look that shit up right now. You will not regret it. Ryan, we absolutely just became best friends. Drop some cards and discard some cards. Silky, yeah, I would say I'm unironically proud of myself for the personal growth that I've undergone before seeing it. Right, I didn't undergo it to achieve success in the content world, but oh, hold on. Great, that's a problem. I'm in a little bit of trouble. I'm in a small amount of trouble because they're doing the thing now. Oh, we win. Actually, I do think we win. But yeah, I think as I've grown and matured, now I need attention less. And which ironically makes it easier to make the good jokes that get me more attention. Okay, and then we just prank his fucking creatures. Oh no. Okay. We're in a little bit of trouble still. They have 1 mana? They have 1 open mana and they can fucking... Zuterwer, we're playing against viewers right now. It's okay. I do think we've probably lost... I don't know what they're going to do on this turn, but since it's Izzet, I feel like it's going to be pretty explosive. Shapey, they're on an Explorer deck. I'm playing a Standard deck. So I'm playing a Mardu Aristocrats Standard deck. G-Unit, I'm not going to say I'm number 1 because, listen, I spoke to... I just, like, interacted with Magic the Noah for the first time the other day, and he was like, oh yeah, here's an example of, like, a video I've done. And I watched it, and I got through 20 seconds. I nearly broke my computer. It made me so mad how fucking funny this dude is. I watched it, and I was like, what the fuck am I even doing when he's making that type of shit? If you haven't watched Magic the Noah, a lot of the YouTube stuff is, like, impromptu game shows with hilarious rules. And I was just like, at my computer, like, punching the air, like, come on! So I'm trying to be number 1, but I am not going to pretend that I'm there yet. Oh, do we get it? I mean, I think we get it if they can't. They should just die on upkeep. Unless they have life gain. Zuterwer, this is actually going to be the final viewer game because we're about to pull winners for Wednesday's Commander stream. Ken, thank you very much for the game. GG's. That was horrifying. That was terrifying. I'm very glad that my Mardu deck pulled it out, but that was the Indomitable Creativity thing was goddamn scary. 13 Liminal, rather than like any specific number goals, one thing I really want to do is put out some longer stuff. I do have a lot of analytical ideas about the game that I think I can mix well with jokes. So I realize it is kind of like making more videos, but one of my goals is to make slightly different videos that can scratch that same itch. I'm writing some scripts for stuff that's like 10 to 15 minutes right now. I don't know how long Spice 8 Rack stuff is. One thing is like, since I do since I do a lot of rowing training, I have a full-time job, and I'm doing this stuff, I don't really watch Magic content. I don't know what other people are like. I don't know what other people are making. I know the names of like 7 other creators total, and that's fucking it. And it's just because like I just don't be out here watching anything. And I've seen a bunch of stuff from other people that is like absolutely fabulous. So I'm not avoiding it as a quality thing. It's just a like, damn, I really do not be having time to watch any of these videos. All right, so this week we're playing Penny Dreadful. It is a format designated by Tix, which is the MTGO price counter. So basically you can only play cards that are cheap as shit. Kenobi is absolutely a gem. I got to meet him in person for doing Shuffle Up and Play, and he was awesome. So he's one of the 7 that I know. The way this is going to work is we are going to random.org, which is our current trusted provider of random numbers. I believe username, dude, you said 61 names. So we're going to do 1 to 61. Precise, I'm not on a rowing team right now. I'm training by myself to trial in the men's single, which is an individual pursuit. But I used to row for the University of Washington when I was in college. And so I've been a national champion at the high school level and then at the collegiate level. And I've missed national team selection a few times. And it has been exactly as frustrating as it sounds every time. But our first winner is Getty Lifeson. Getty, you will be one of the viewers joining us this Wednesday. Let's see who our next winner is. 54, end of the list. Glauth, who did I played against them in our Legacy tournament very recently. So that'll be very fun to see them again. And then number 1, which is Mauled Manta, who has been on the stream before, but I think it has been a minute since they got to join us. So now we are going to pull a substitute name for anybody who's interested in doing this in the future. Join our Discord. We have a channel named EDH Signups. Every week I announce the theme of next week's game, and I say react with an emoji. It's 100% free to enter. You never have to pay to play with me or to enter these games. You just have to be in the Discord and you react with an emoji, and we do random selection. If you suggest a custom format or a custom theme for us to do and I pick it, you get to join that game for free. One of our members, Lucrative, had suggested the Penny Dreadful format. The only reason he doesn't have a free entry is that he's not available next week. But however, we normally have 1 to 2 people that can't make it because of scheduling issues. So we're going to pull one more person who is going to be our substitute. And that's going to be 36. That is going to be Devin. So Devin's the sub, who I will color differently to make sure I don't fuck that up. But Mauled Manta, Getty Lifeson, and Glauth will be joining me this Wednesday for some Penny Dreadful Commander. Lloyd, we have our Treasure Cruise rules pinned in that Discord as well. It's called EDH Signups Chrono. As long as you get the rolls for Magically Toxic and All Toxic, I ping those rolls when I announce them, so you'll get a ping about it. So to close out the stream, I will be live again tomorrow, Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, playing Commander with these fine people. Thank you so much to everybody that watched the stream tonight, and to everybody who subscribed, who watches my videos, and to the very generous super chatters. It really does help a lot as I try to hit some specific financial goals to make it viable for this to be my career, so I can spend just all my time trying to make you guys laugh. So I appreciate it so much. And if you cannot give financially, that's fine too. Just watch the videos and make fucking YouTube pay me. That's also great. So thank you all, good night, and stay toxic. Where the fuck is my end stream button?